still new.
Good. Yeah, mine stopped like 20 minutes ago.
Heyo! Welcome to Leafs Talk. Here with the boys, Ben, Brent. My name is Nick. We're here to talk some Leafs.
First thing I think we could talk about was the trade deadline.
Okay.
So, Placanich trade. How did you guys feel?
I was kind of shocked. Didn't think we really needed to add a fourth line center. But I guess, hey, Dominic Moore, good as he is defensively, basically the same person we got in Thomas Placanich, just a little more offensive power. So he's playing with confidence. So I think it'll pay him.
I'm interested to see how it works out in the playoffs. The thing is I really like Dominic Moore. So when I saw that trade, I was kind of thrown off just because I feel like Dominic Moore has been great for us as a fourth line center. Obviously, you add Placanich, someone with a bit more skill, like you said. So yeah, I think in the grand scheme of things, it's good. I was kind of surprised. I didn't think we needed one either, but hey, he's a good player.
I'll go the other way and say that I think we did need a fourth line center. I think Moore is decent, but if we're looking at areas that we can upgrade, that's probably the only forward spot where we need an upgrade in. I think Moore's decent, but also, like for reference, I saw this on Twitter, but Placanich literally had 4 less points than Rick Nash. So I mean,
Whoa.
everyone's. I know. It's a different comparison.
Does that say anything about Placanich, or does that say something about Nash?
All I'm saying is there was a huge deal made about Rick Nash, and like in comparison, obviously like 2 completely different players. But in terms of a fourth line center upgrade, I see it as like a very, very similar trade to what we did for Brian Boyle last year. It seems like he may be planning to return to Montreal next season as well.
Definitely gonna go back to
So it seems like very much a rental.
Yeah. Okay.
In that trade, though, I thought also, I don't know. I wrote another article for Lisa on it. Check it out.
Heyo!
I don't know. I thought like what we gave up was pretty fair. I mean, like take out Rychel and Valiev. Like neither one was gonna make the team.
I was like, Kerby Rychel never had a chance.
No.
Sorry, Kirby, if you're watching this, which I don't know why you would be. If you are,
He's definitely watching this. Come on.
Who isn't?
a lot of people.
There's at least like 3 or 4 wingers not on the roster above him on the depth chart. So I mean, like he was not making this team. And also, I mean, I think it also doesn't hurt to just have some depth at center because Matthews is injured. It means we can slot both of them in once he comes back. Even just keeping Moore out of the lineup, but still on the roster. If there's an injury in the playoffs, we know that we're putting somebody in there who can still play in the role, and it's not going to be a liability to us.
And part of me feels pretty good seeing someone who's been a Hab for so long come to the other side. I was kind of skeptical at first, having cheered against him like literally my whole life. But I kind of have a satisfaction seeing him in a Leafs jersey for some reason. Clean shaven, looking fresh. I'm pretty sure he said he got to keep the same color turtleneck. So.
I'm surprised they actually did make him shave.
Well, isn't that that's
No, I
the team
know
rule.
it's a rule, but like I don't know, like
I didn't even
he's a
realize.
veteran, like I don't know.
Yeah,
I
well,
know
at the same
it's
time, it
interesting.
goes for all of them. Like,
Yeah,
if
I
Austin
get it.
Matthews is like, Luke, I want to grow a beard. What do you do?
No, I know.
Trade him. It's funny just because half the team probably can't grow a proper beard, so it helps their situation. But
That's why he's doing it.
It's all a confidence thing.
What about the rest of the trade deadline? You guys think that there should have been more done by Toronto? Like,
Well, we touched on this in the last episode on how people were saying we need a D, we need a D, we need a D. I think we did pretty well. We didn't even need to do anything, really. Technically, for this year anyways.
I know everyone's getting excited because they're actually doing well and everyone wants to win now, but sorry, Philadelphia, but you gotta trust the process here. What do you have to give up to get a good defenseman?
what does Philadelphia have to do with it?
76ers trust the process.
Oh, okay.
It's just a reference. I think that when you look at the teams that we're going to be going up against in the first round of the playoffs, and if we make it to the second round, adding a D to win like this year would almost be dumb because I'm not going to say we're not going to do it, but it's hard to believe that we're going to make it all the way. We'll have a good first round. We're going to play Boston or Tampa. Boston got Nash. Tampa got McDonough. They're both stacked.
Yeah. Once I saw
That's just
Tampa
my
make
thought.
that trade,
Yeah.
I was like, well,
I don't think they're gonna win the Stanley Cup.
saying Nashville wins?
Vegas.
No,
No, we're
don't
laughing
kid,
now.
don't kid
like,
around with Vegas. Don't sleep on Vegas. Because
I-
Vegas never sleeps. That's what I'm trying to say.
Ew.
Yeah, were you guys surprised that we're in on McDonough so much, like to the point where when Lou was asked, he even like admitted that we were after McDonough?
Yeah.
Like he's a left-hand shot. I don't know. I thought that was interesting.
I feel like it's just tempting when you have a player of that caliber on the market. But when you see a player like that, you gotta at least try. You gotta look because,
Yeah.
I mean, you bring him in and then you shuffle the lines, and then your last guy gets scratched, which would probably be Polak.
Well,
No.
the thing is,
No. Don't scratch Polak.
Well, I don't want to scratch
No.
Polak. That's the point. I don't want you. I like the guy.
no. Well, I mean, if he's coming in on the left side though, like they either have confidence that he can play the right side, which I like historically he has not, or that Dermott, I guess, would be able to swap to the right because it wouldn't be Riley or Gardner. I don't know.
Veteran leadership is probably a big thing in that question as well.
Yeah, I agree. It was worth looking into. Man, it just sucks because like I really thought that Tampa would like have to give up a really good roster player, and Nemesnikov was good, but I think his points were really inflated by like early on the season playing with Kucherov and Stamkos. Because I don't know, you look at like his last few seasons, and I think he was right around the 30-point range. So I mean, like they didn't have to give up like Braden Point or Sergachev or like a good young player, and it's just like I know they gave up some prospects and they gave up first-round picks, but like they don't even need them at this point. It's just like I was really hoping they'd blow their whole future on making a trade like this, and they didn't.
So after their back-to-back last week, they actually had a practice, which is very rare after back-to-backs. And Kadri was saying in this time of year, like, it doesn't matter if we had a back-to-back, we need to tweak some of our weaknesses. So I guess I'll segue that into final push of the season. Obviously, they're committed to getting better. They're right there in the standings. What do you guys think their vision is?
I think they want to make the second round.
See, the way I see it, like they have 16 games left. Boston has 20 games left.
Yeah, we have.
Boston's already ahead of them. And Tampa's still just Tampa. And you're 17 points ahead of the Panthers. You literally cannot be caught by any team below you in your division. And it's a struggle to try and catch the Bruins or the Lightning. Like, you have to push. And this is a young team that they're young. You can take advantage of that. But they had, like, their first run last year.
But that's why they're practicing randomly, is because they're trying not to take their foot off the gas. It's like in this division, we've rarely seen a landslide this big.
Yes.
It's usually
Huge.
a dogfight. I feel like it's a very bland finish to the season.
They probably will end up stuck in third no matter what. Any fun stories from the Leafs? Anything new?
Around the ACC,
Really. Just kind of, fans are getting hyped.
Yeah.
But at the beginning of the season, they were kind of reserved. But now there's, because they, like, like, Leaf fans, and what we're told is, like, Leaf fans go and they want to watch. Like, you look at, like, franchises like Nashville, and it's like, it's a newer franchise, like, it's a younger audience. Leafs are all these old, like, rich people. But they're starting to get, like, as the season's going on, they're getting more able to do cheers and things, and the whole culture's turning around, and it's just,
but it's awesome because, like, I noticed, like, yeah, the Go Leafs Go chants, they die down after a couple seconds, but at least they're happening. At least it's not one guy screaming "Go Leafs Go!" What the hell's wrong with everybody? Like, come on! Now people are actually
enjoying
into
themselves. Yeah.
Are you guys surprised how many fans we have in other teams' buildings?
no, not at all.
It's like that with every Toronto
I
team.
know.
Even if you look at the Jays,
But I think in the past few years, it's like definitely elevated.
because no one's ashamed to say they're a
Yeah,
Leaf fan
no,
anymore.
it's like in Ottawa games, there are significantly more Leaf fans. Like it's not even a 50-50 split. Like there are more Leaf
Senators
fans
fans hardly even exist. So
at this point.
And
Yeah,
if they do, they're watching the game in their living room because they don't want to fight for parking.
just living in Ottawa, it's like there is such a significant difference between where they were 10 years ago. Even during their playoff run last year, like it wasn't.
No hype.
There was some hype, but it seemed very temporary. It seemed
Yeah.
like a lot of people hopping on to watch, but there was a general sense like, okay, once this playoff's done, like
Kinda
that's
feel
it.
like-
This
yeah.
year, like I guess once they got to the second, third round, yeah, people were really tuning in. But again, like how many of those people right now are still watching their games?
Yeah.
So few.
It's no secret that the Sens have lost touch with their fan base. I think what Eugene Melnyk did by sending a letter to the fans and basically announcing a rebuild is a big step in their organization. But this year was just a huge cluster of unfortunate events for the Sens.
Actually, well, I thought of it later. I do have one funny story. I don't know if you know how they do this every year, but they used to have kind of like a gala when they like invite season ticket holders and like they're all there. So I did not personally get to go this year. I get to go next year, so I'm kind of like, anyway. I heard a story that made all the Leaf players go up on a stage, and they have like a Simon Says guy that comes to the ACC sometimes and like runs it on the ice for contestants, and they made the entire Leafs team do Simon Says, and this guy's like fast paced. He's like, hands up, blah, 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 blah. So the first person that got out, who do you want to guess who it was?
Roman Polak.
Ron Hainsey got out on purpose because he didn't want to do it.
Was he like pissed to be up there, or was he just like,
Yeah, apparently he did not want to get there at all. Like he found out and he was like, and he was like, first he was like, Simon Says put like or hands up, and he was like, and just walked off. Just completely just walked off.
Good for him.
Yeah, but then like the players at first apparently were kind of like whatever, but then they got really, really competitive. And the final two were Nazem Kadri and Connor Brown. Kapanen was the third one. He got out, and apparently he was like, so like he messed up, and he knew it, and his face was like,
He was pissed. That's so funny.
so yeah, Connor Brown ended up winning, and apparently he just like all this like mobbed him. It was got super hype. So like it's good to see that atmosphere. Like they can kind of poke fun at themselves and have a good time together.
Yeah, I just think there's a whole different atmosphere around the team right now. Like, I think people are excited to come to Toronto. I think that people are excited to be there. Like, just looking back to Kessel and Phaneuf, they're just so much like not because of them, just because of how the team was doing, but like I don't know. I thought like just in general, players didn't want to be there.
It's just
Yeah.
overall, it was just negative.
Like Toronto is seen as a place people want to come now. I don't know. I think Toronto's gaining ground. So like, if you want to come to a good sport environment, a good sports city, all our teams are doing fairly successful, and live in a city of Toronto that has this global reputation right now. I think you can finally attract some free agents.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And you can play in Matthew's shadow. So if you're like a big name guy and you come, you know the spotlight is like Kessel and Phaneuf, Kessel and Phaneuf, Kessel and Phaneuf, Kessel and Phaneuf. Now it's like Matthews, Marner, Nylander, anyone else who wants to join the team.
Yeah.
So you can kind of avoid that spotlight and the constant criticism.
And Kessel and Phaneuf haven't seen a bigger spotlight than the spotlight they saw in Toronto, and they never will again. Except for the spotlight that's going to be shining down on Phaneuf in the club in LA.
We should have a signature sign off.
I think last time you told people to like follow different things. Then
I'm
when I edited it, I was just like, you can like touch wherever you want on the screen, but it's not going to bring you anywhere, kind of thing.
Oh, yeah, there is a way to add the button, so I'll look that up.
I don't know how. If you want to help me edit, we can totally.
I'll do Okay. Why were the trees speaking to one another?
Why?
Because Leafs talk.
Ha-ha! Ayo!
That was so bad.
That's it. We're done.
Subscribe.
To our comedy channel.
Comment below. This is Ben Shelley's Instagram on his face.
It's probably still not going to be linked to my Instagram.
I will try my best.
All right.
For you, Kerby Rychel. I know you're watching. For you.
Cheers.